plow, the gospel plow.
Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
The preacher said I must repent, so right down the aisle I went. Keep your hand on the plow, hold right on.
Hold on,
Hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
I've never been to heaven, but I've been told it's a first-class city and the streets are gold. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
Hold on,
Hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
Hold right on,
Hold on,
hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
Hold right on.
I got my hand on the gospel plow. I won't take nothing from my journey now. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
Hold on,
Hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
Hold right on,
Hold on,
hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
Hold right on,
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 hold right on.
hold right on.
Hey everyone! Welcome to our live audience here, our people that are here at the Church of the Lost Souls. My name is Billy McLaughlin. We're also reaching out across the world with our live stream, and so all of you that are tuning into this, we welcome you as well to the historic Parkway Theater here in South Minneapolis on Chicago Avenue. We are on a very important day, I guess I would say, because we have now completed, this is our 12th out of 12 shows for this series. And sure, maybe you're joining us for the first time, or maybe you've been part of every single show as we've gone along. We've got a lot of people to thank along the way, but the biggest thing is that we're thanking you for spending time. We made a commitment to be here for you, to share music on a Sunday. If you don't have anywhere else to go on a Sunday, come to the Church of the Lost Souls. Why not? I mean, you know, it's like we're here, as we've joked from day one, for anyone who's looking for directions. Get it? Church of the Lost Souls, somebody who's looking to find a way to get somewhere. But, well, I don't think it's that bad of a joke, y'all.
Clearly.
No, it's not a joke in any way. Because honestly, today, I'll tell you what, I'm looking for direction. Maybe you can help me find what my next move has got to be in my life. And each week has felt like that for us as we've welcomed incredible special guests. We've got an incredible spotlight artist today, and it continues the tradition of what we've been doing here for the last 2.5 months. And just so you know, I was crazy enough to sign the contract to do 12 weeks back in November before there was any kind of vaccine. Because we were committed that if we couldn't have people in this wonderful place in a safe manner, we would at least send it out over the internet. And we've got people that have been very loyal to us over the last 11 weeks now, the 12th week, who have been tuning in. And is it a little bit like the Prairie Home Companion? I don't know.
A little better.
I love my band. We will be doing introductions throughout the evening here together, but thank you for sharing time on a not too bad of a Sunday afternoon weather day here in Minnesota. We are coming to you from Minnesota, and the first week that we were here, it was 16 below zero. And I'm going to make clear to you that we are at 60 above zero right now. We're going to share with you, today is kind of a greatest hits. We're bringing back some songs that have been important to us over the last 11 weeks. And this one is going to feature on the electric guitar, Luke Enyart.
Yeah.
And this is such a great thing. When the Parkway Theater was built in 1931, if you got on the telephone, you had to get on the main line and have the operator connect you. And so this song talks about how, if you get on the main line, you know who you can talk to. Here we go.
I know Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Oh, Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. Oh, well, that line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Oh, that line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Oh, that line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. If you want his kingdom, tell him what you want. Oh, if you want his kingdom, tell him what you want. Oh, if you want his kingdom, tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want.
Well, if you're feeling sick, want to get well.
Tell him what you want.
Oh, I said if you're sick and you want to get well.
Tell him what you want.
I said now if you're sick and you got to get well.
Tell him what you want. Call him up. Call him up. Call him up. Call him up.
Call him up and tell him what you want.
To my left, right here, Kathleen Johnson.
Yeah, Kathleen.
At center stage, Karen Paris, Amy Courts on vocals, and singing from the back line like a Eagles drummer, Patrick Nelson.
Yeah,
Pat Nelson. We'll make more introductions as we go along here. But you know, wouldn't that song have been great in Oh Brother, We're Out? It would have been awesome. They didn't pick it. So I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. Pappy O'Daniel, I heard you paid money for singing in a can. Do you guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That's when they went in there and they said, "Well, yeah,
We're steeped in old.
It's part of the Church of the Lost Souls, everybody. We're all looking for that kind of redemption and that kind of second chance that comes when you believe that you're going to make it. And we have to believe that as a community that we're going to make it. And wow, over the last 12 weeks, we've gone through quite a lot together here in Minneapolis. And for all of you watching in different parts of the country, you've been through it too, because we're all sharing it together. And not to mention just, even the last 18 months or whatever it is now. So if you have a chance to play something fun, shouldn't we do it? Well, featured on this next piece, on lead vocals, Kathleen Johnson is bringing the fun. Here we go.
everybody doing in here? In here. Y'all good? Well, I said, how is everybody doing in here, in your heart? You good? I said your love keeps on lifting. I want you to sing it a little bit louder. Come on. We're going to let the Spirit move in here. Oh, it keeps on, keeps on, keeps on. You know. It keeps on lifting me higher and higher and higher and higher. Your love keeps lifting me. Keep on lifting me higher and higher, higher. Well, this song, you know, can go all on and on and on and on, right? You could just, yes. Come on. You know your love keeps lifting me. Keeps on lifting. Keeps lifting me. Lifting me higher. Higher and higher. Your love keeps lifting me. Keeps lifting me higher and higher and higher.
And leave it on. That worked out for me. Keep it going.
Kathleen Johnson.
Yeah. Amen.
Everyone else calls you Kathleen. I call you Kate. And what do you call me?
Willis. Badass Willis.
I didn't know about that part. That sounds good on tape. It might give us a PG-13 rating on our on our church show. This is, you know what, you guys, it's all about being together. It's all about finding a place to join together through the music and celebrate these the talents of these people. Hey, let's call it out for Laura McKenzie on the horn section. Originally, I had planned to do 12 shows from my garage in White Bear Lake. And then I thought, who would want to watch that or come to it?
A cleaner?
So that's how we found this space right here on what's become a very historic avenue, Chicago Avenue. Very historic space, and we've been through a lot, again, in the last 12 weeks. And at times, it seems difficult to find your way through this messy life we're living. And I want to welcome at center stage on a song that goes back a ways to the group called Blind Faith. Anybody know who was in that band? You got it.
Got a fan.
I know.
Here.
Listen, I'm not trying to alienate the millennials.
Watch it.
I'm not. No, I didn't alienate them because I just mentioned it. It's like, this is a song that I think they probably have heard. Like, I hear my millennial kid playing songs off of Netflix and everything else that go back to my generation, and so they should, because they're meaningful. So let's welcome Karen Paris on this song. about trying to find your way home. You got to try to find your way home. 2, 2, 3. That's Nathan Wilson on the mandolin.
Well, I'm near the end and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. But I can't find my way home. And I can't find my way home. No, I can't find my way home. I can't find my way home.
Karen Paris on lead vocals on that. throughout the last 11 weeks, including this week, Billy McLaughlin has been releasing tracks that include many of these talented people playing on them over something called the internet.
Go on.
Do you need a millennial's help?
Well, no, I'm talking about
Okay.
I'm talking about Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all that. And we had a new one come out this last week. And would you like us to share it with you? We'd like to. And Billy McLaughlin writes a lot of crazy, weird guitar music, as a lot of you know, and maybe you're looking for that in this moment. But I want to share with you something that's a lot more personal than that. It's about what happens when you really love somebody a lot and you find out that they've passed. And so I don't think I have to say a whole lot more than that. But the piece is called When the Rain Comes Down. It's available now on Spotify if you're interested and want to share it. And it's a pretty candid look into what can happen between two people at certain times when it all comes together. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. When the rain comes down,
The rain comes down.
and the clouds fill the sky, I think of you, and I don't know why. I don't know why I met you, but we knew what to do. You said you love me. Oh, I said I love you. The telephone delivered that they found you in the river. I look up to the sky and I don't know why. When the rain comes down,
The rain comes down.
and the clouds fill the sky, I think of you, and I don't know
McLaughlin, everyone.
Do you have Spotify? Look it up when you get home. Shh. Or Apple Music, or maybe Pandora.
Anywhere you find digital
Pandora,
music.
all of them. All the major platforms. The idea would be to just, if you, I mean, that is kind of a depressing song. It's not my happiest song, but it is about real stuff. And if you want to catch up with my music, you gotta check it out. Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, all the main delivery platforms. And now, so that I don't have to sing, not that I'm not going to later, but I'm definitely got a good idea to stay out of the way of our featured vocalist on this next tune. Please welcome Amy Courts on a piece that we did earlier in the year called Landslide.
Saw my than a landslide will bring it down. Well, then the landslide will bring it down.
Amy Courts on a Fleetwood Mac classic.
Holy cow.
Actually, I just want to share with you that it was my turn to sing that.
I said no.
No, look. It was my turn to do that. The band hasn't had a real opportunity to introduce themselves. I've been doing it quickly, but this is one of the last. Well, it is the last of our spring series, and we're coming back in the fall, and we're going to come back next spring, and we're going to come back next fall, and we're going to keep this going. This is the Church of the Lost Souls. It's I call it the Lost Souls Companion.
Getting there.
I think it'd be fun to get sued. Just think of the press that I wouldn't have to pay for to get people in here to the Parkway. But thank you. This is a great audience here on our last week. Everyone's being real careful. We're all good here in Minnesota, and we know that you folks watching at home are also doing a good job taking care of yourselves, and we count on that. And we want to give music to you that encourages that. And I think because it's the last week, I'm just feeling this next song, quite a lot. And talks about being in church on Sunday morning, but really we don't care if you are in church on Sunday morning. We want you to be in church at 4:30 Central.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not, it's a mystery what we've created, and we're gonna let the public decide what this is. Is this a church? Is this an experience of music? It's all of the above, and we're gonna share a Bill Withers tune here.
Might be snakes there in the grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe a local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands used to lift her face and tell her, she said, Grandma understands that you really, really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hand. Grandma's hand. time I fell, grandma's sins, boy, they really came in handy. She said, Daddy, don't you whip that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He don't drop no apple core, but I don't have my grandma anymore. And when I get to heaven, I'll reach for grandma's sins.
Little Bill Withers.
Yeah.
During the Church of the Lost Souls, Kathleen Johnson. So glad to have her back. She missed a couple. Now listen, I've got to do a little housekeeping here to thank folks for everything that has happened over the last 11 weeks, which were, again, very much ahead of the curve when it comes to national outdoor or indoor, but public entertainment. And it came with quite a lot of thought and intention that there had to be a way in Minneapolis to try to start to reinvigorate the arts during a critical time over the last few months, as you all know, that I don't have to necessarily go into, but we're very close proximity-wise to a lot that went on here in Minneapolis. So on the 12th show, the final show of the spring, inaugural, is that a good word? Inaugural? Or should I say kickoff season? What's better, inaugural or kickoff? First annual spring, I like that, first annual spring 12 show consecutive series. There's a lot of people to thank, including the owners of the wonderful Parkway Theater. If you haven't been here, Ward Johnson and Eddie Landenberger, our house manager Craig Anderson every week, Ryan, who works the front door, Lauren Wicklander, who's doing the house sound here, creative and booking director Jessica Paxton, who has been my main contact here, publicity by Elizabeth Foster, my guy Martin Keller, and Hannah Day has been behind things for such a long time. Our merch help has been provided by Lori Owen. Our online support, Victoria Serino, working on the online, making sure that people, when they tune into this, they feel like they get connected. Our spotlight artists have been just incredible for this run. Michael Monroe, Jennifer Grimm and Joe Cruz, Kathleen Johnson, Nicholas, David was a gas. If you missed that show, you should look that one up if you can find it online. I think it's still out there. Nicholas, David, that was so fun, Nicholas. Thank you. Chris Koza, Jeff Arundel, Laura McKenzie was one of our guests. Willie Wisely was here. Thank you to Willie. Turn, Adam Levy and his group. Sophia with Dean McGraw, Karen Vogley, and Tim Franzik. Also, last week, if you didn't see it, it got written up in the paper just yesterday or the day before in the Star Trib. Annie Mack was here last week, and she was wonderful and brought a lot of soul. We've got a couple additional folks that we want to make sure that we say thank you to that have joined us on stage during the course of the 11 weeks. Tori Redpath, Paul Koopman, Mike Westbrook, and Joel Sales have all helped us make this happen. Special contributors, Norman Carleen Waite, big time, Bruce and Jean Johnson, Matt Larson and Digico Corporation have provided some multi-track recording that could eventually be super famous at some point. My friends Kathy Miller, Todd Bowfinger, people that have stepped up, Louise Worley. There's just been a great group of people. I can't shout out to everybody, but we also want to make sure that our staff, TJ Jensen, Larry Case, and our speaker designer is here in the house tonight, Mark Swenson. Thank you, Mark, for making everybody happy with all the sound. So I don't know that I can go much past that because that was a lot for me to have written down and printed out this morning. I will say this before we welcome our special guest. I'll say a couple things. Before we welcome our special spotlight star, our final spotlight guest on week 12 is a longtime friend of mine. And I think that his music speaks to a couple of quotes that I'd love to read. And he has no idea that I'm doing this, but I get these. Do any of you have little, like, daily little quotes that you get from some place or another? Do you? Can I share two? They're short. I can tell you where they're from, or I don't have to tell you where they're from. Will you make your own heart right and answer for your brother, sister, and neighbor? Who is your neighbor? One who lives next door, or one that lives on the other side of the world? Rather, any who have faltered, any who have fallen by the way, that is your neighbor. And you must answer for that individual. I know I waited 12 weeks to get deep on you. Let me just say that last one. Like, like, who's your neighbor side of the world? Rather, any who have faltered, any who have fallen by the way, that's your neighbor. That is your neighbor, and you must answer for that individual. We do it here in Minnesota as well as anywhere in the world, and we can do it better. Everybody can always do it better. I mean, Hawaii, it's pretty easy because you just go surfing together. Last quote before I bring up our special spotlight guest, and this is really going to be great. Only music may span that space between the infinite and the infinite. Only music can span that space between the infinite and the finite and the infinite. That's a better pronunciation. But with that thought, let's bring up one of the most talented songwriters who's got all that heart about people and connecting with the community. Let's welcome Pete MAYER to the stage. I tried to set you up. TG will get it. TG, you got it?
Well, thank you, Billy. I want to just acknowledge you and the band for all you've created with this show. It's beautiful. I'm very honored to be here. From the moment I walked in here and heard the music, I was very honored and intimidated. But in the best of ways. And it's just great to be here in an actual theater, standing on an actual stage. So Anyway, I'm going to adjust a little bit. Bear with me. And now I have my iPad, which I didn't have pre-COVID, so I'm still not sure how to use it. But I have my lyrics on here, which is really exciting to me, because the older I get, they all go away. Except, no, you know what I don't have? I don't have my glasses. Oh, here they are in my pocket. The words don't do much good. You can't see them. It's smooth is what it is, really, isn't it? All right. Let's see. If you look to the daily news so that you can stay attuned to what matters, you might find that headlines don't describe the beauty of the world. So if you hang your head straight out of bed because you read the doom and gloom and got discouraged, ignore your computer screen and look to see the beauty of the world. Beauty like the sun come down, beauty like the seed in the ground, rising and reaching out, reaching for the sky. Beauty like the life in the land, moving in your own two hands. Beauty like the wondrous chance to be alive. If you're down to your final dime and can't decide what else to buy to be happy, you don't need a credit card to give your heart the beauty of the world. And if you walk the street with tired feet, bending underneath the grief that you carry, lay the weight you brought along down upon the beauty of the world. Beauty like the wind in the trees, beauty like children's dreams, beauty like the sound of steeple bells when they ring. Beauty like ties that bind us, beauty like acts of kindness, beauty like the light inside of everything. Beauty like the sun come down, a beauty like the seed in the ground, rising and reaching out, reaching for the sky. Beauty like the life in the land, moving in your own two hands. Beauty like the wondrous chance to be alive. If your whole shtick is tragic hip, but you are sick of being such a big cynic, you can try out a joyful shout and sing about the beauty of the world. And if you don't like to have to wait and think your chances aren't great to get to heaven, maybe one way to save your soul is get to know the beauty of the world. Get to know the beauty of the world. Get to know the beauty of the world. Thank you. Well, this next song is a new song. I have a 9 and 13-year-old girls at home. I got late to the business of parenting, so I'm trying to stay in the game strong. I'm a little bit creaky, but it's going okay. But early in my experience of parenting, I heard someone describe parenting. God, this thing keeps on wanting to go down. Hold on. I'm cranking on it as much as I can there, Larry. Yeah, thanks. I heard somebody describe parenting like as if your heart is walking around outside of your body. And I thought that was so, felt so true to me. So I wrote down a few words of this song one time when I was dropping my kids off at school years ago. And it took a long time for me to come back to it, sort of find it again, but I finished the song. So this song is called Little Heart. Sorry. I like to think, because I tune so much, I like to think of tuning as time for meditation. That way it takes a little pressure off of me, and perhaps it's a welcome break for you all. I won't stop unless you're feeling centered. All right. Hey, here's one thing that you could do. Take out the heart inside of you. Give it arms and legs, the sweetest face, and watch your heart crawl around. Try to stand up and then fall down while you are looking on, protective and afraid. And when your little heart turns 5, give it a hug and kiss goodbye, and watch it walk alone into a great big school, backpack nearly too big to carry, big kids like giants everywhere, sit there helplessly as tears well up in you. Seems like a sensible thing to do. By then you may have some regrets that you let your heart out of your chest, but once you take it out, it never fits back in, because your heart grows and grows, and learns things you don't even know, and spends less time with you to spend more time with friends. And even worse, they say you should prepare your heart to leave for good. Teach it how to live and make it on its own, till there finally comes a day when your heart moves away, and you can only hear it on the telephone. May sound crazy, but it's so. But who would ever think it's true? Your heart does not belong to you. You can hold it close, try to keep it safe. Sing your heart a lullaby, cheer it on, and when it's time, send it on its way. Ever think it's true? Your heart does not belong to you. You can hold it close, try to keep it safe. Sing your heart a lullaby, cheer it on, and when it's time, send it on its way. So here's one thing that you could do. Take out the heart inside of you, give it arms and legs, the sweetest face, then watch your heart crawl around. Try to stand up and then fall down. See it walking now see it, smile and wave. Well, the only thing you really have to know before hearing this next song is that apparently if you go to the dog track, and I have to confess I've never been to the dog races, but if you go to the dog races, apparently there's a sort of mechanical rabbit at the end of a metal arm that the dogs are chasing passionately around the track. That's all you have to know. All right, this is just called Greyhounds. All of the greyhounds that were hanging around at the track had a meeting that their leader had called in the back. It was just for dogs, so they waited till the humans were gone. And then with a nod and a tap of his paw on the floor, did the leader named Skeeter call the meeting to order with a serious look around from dog to dog. He said, I'm afraid I do not have good news. The rumors you've been probably hearing are true. Then he took a deep breath and he said, I am here to tell you it's not a real rabbit. They've been making us chase. It's no kind of prize, not even alive. It's only a fake. So we have been running and running around in a meaningless race. But I'm here to say that I quit today. The rabbit is fake. That was the day when for greyhounds everything changed. They became disillusioned and some moved away to a place on the beach where they gazed at the sea. Some tried meditation or took medication to try and revive that old motivation, feel that old feeling of purpose and a reason to be. But some said that rabbit is still worth a chase, and they tried to believe it was real anyway, and they covered their ears with their paws when the other dogs would say it's not a real rabbit. They've been making us chase. It's no kind of prize, not even alive. It's only a fake. So we have been running and running around in a meaningless race. But I'm here to say that I quit today. The rabbit is fake. So if the greyhounds move a little too slow, when you go to the races, you will know that they know. And they just might be singing this song to themselves as they go. this sounds kind of like a sing-along to me. So let's sing it together. It's not a real rabbit. It's not a real rabbit. They've been making us chase. They've been making us chase. No kind of prize. It's no kind of prize. Not even alive. It's only a fake. We've been running. So we have been running around in a meaningless race. But I'm here to say I quit today. The rabbit is fake. I'm here to say I quit today. The rabbit is fake. Thanks for singing on that one. Thanks. All right, well, listen, I have one more song for you all, and I have the privilege of being able to sing with these wonderful singers. So I'll bring them back up, Kathleen and Karen. Thanks, you guys. All right, I'm just going to tune for y'all because now I know you're probably hoping for that. It's good to know. Rabbit is fake. It's good to know. That's right. So I can tell you, just to kind of set this up a little bit for you, that although then I'm robbing you of the tuning meditation time, maybe I shouldn't talk. But I grew up Catholic, and I'm grateful for growing up Catholic, and one of the reasons is because I had sort of a sense of the sacred, you know, the sacred, which is an idea, a religious idea that really impacted me. I remember being an altar boy, and certain objects were sacred, and you had to really treat them with care. And I was nervous handling the sacred objects, the holy objects. This song is inspired largely by that idea of the holy, and how my idea, I guess, of the holy has changed over the years. I've become so enthralled and amazed that we are all just sitting here alive together at this moment. It's quite, I think, a miraculous, astonishing thing, just life itself. And so that is sort of where my sense of the sacred and has gone, I guess. And so this song celebrates that idea. All right. When I was a boy, each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. water is not so small. But an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Questioning child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. Tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Thanks, everybody.
Pete MAYER.
Yes.
We want you to do some slime and Manly Stone with us. No, I'm not kidding, man. If you want to come up and bang on something or... Hey, let's give it up for Pete MAYER.
Peter, can I just say that I am a mother of one child I don't get to have anymore, and his birthday is on Thursday, and I about didn't make it back up here on stage because your second song just had me in pieces. Pieces, tiny little shattered pieces, in a good way.
Week 12, Church of the Lost Souls, bringing the best of what we can bring to you and the friendships and the longtime relationships that have built connections of messaging. Like Pete just did a lot of messaging. I'm thinking I'm taking the fall off and you can run this thing, Pete. You would do a great job. So I got to tell you real quick, when I first contacted Pete about doing this, Can I tell him what you? Sure. So I said, Pete, I want you to come and I'll pay you this much to play for 15, 20 minutes on a Sunday. It's called Church of the Lost Souls. And he emailed back right away and he said, well, I'm not really lost and I'm not sure if I'm going to play at church anymore. And I said, Pete, you got to read the press release, man, like, because this is it, right? And I hope actually that you got a good glimpse of what this can be for people that are looking for something that it doesn't really fit, a bunch of other stuff. And that last piece, Everything is Holy Now, I've played it at my church, when I was at that church, and loved playing it, and it was well received, and you're such a great songwriter. So thank you, Pete Mayer. Now look, I know he knows a lot of guitar. He knows his chords. So if we play G, C, G, so figure out your key. Yeah, you might have to move your capo. Look, I remember a long time ago.
Careful there.
Somebody wanted a guitar lesson from me, and I sent him away saying I had nothing I could teach him at all.
That's not true.
No, it is true, too. No. I said, no, I got nothing to show you, buddy. Okay, let's give it up after 12 weeks. Let's give it up one more time. I'm going to go around the band real quick. Kathleen Johnson. Yeah. Karen Paris. Amy Courts. Our wind-powered artist, Laura McKenzie. Billy O. Making mischief in the back. Dan Ristrom on vocals and bass. Patrick Nelson. Nate Wilson and Luke Enyart. This group came together to do these 12 weeks, and when we started on February 14th, we promised you that we would be here, as many of us would be here for you through the 2nd of May. And I am just a little tiny bit sad that it's the 2nd of May today, because I'm going to miss all y'all every Sunday. I'm going to miss our online audience. You can always take a look at what we've done over the last 12 weeks. You can find a way to help support us, help support the Parkway Theater. The Parkway Theater. Lauren Wicklander and the gang here. Everybody who I announced earlier has been such a big part of making this happen and bringing live music back. And I hate to think of what the last 12 weeks would have been like for me without having this project going on, and it's just been so much fun and so meaningful, and lots of different voices and lots of different messages. And okay, so we're just Pete, we're just gonna dive into this, and you just do what you want. You know what? You can play cajon on your guitar. I like that first piece where you played it like a cajon. It was awesome. Okay, we're going to bid you adieu. Oh, but can you hang and do a little Q&A? Sure. Okay, so we will do the Q&A after this last song. But here we go. Featured on lead vocal, our man Dan Ristrom. And here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Sha sha, ooh, sha sha.
Sing along if you want to.
Ooh, sha sha, ooh, sha sha.
Sometimes I'm right, and I can't be wrong.
Yeah, you can.
My own beliefs are in my song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. Come on, people.
I
me a skinny one. Different strokes for different folks. And so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, yeah. Ooh, sha-sha. 'Cause we got to live together. I am no better, and neither are you. We're all the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then still can't figure out the bag I'm in. Come on, people, sing. I am everyday people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a long hair that doesn't like the short hair for being such a rich one that will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, yeah. Ooh, sha-sha. 'Cause we got to live together. There is the yellow one that won't accept the black, one that won't accept the red, one that won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, yeah. Ooh, let's all sing Everyday People together. I am everyday people. Yeah, let's keep singing it. Come on. I am everyday people. Yeah, two more times. Sing it. I am everyday people. Yeah, one more time. Sing along now. I am everyday people. Sha-la-la. We love you. Yeah. We love you. God bless you guys. We love you. Church of the Lost Souls. 12 episodes.
We love you now. Don't love each other. That's what we always say. Dan Ristrom, Peter Mayer.
Thank you. Thank you.
How awesome.
Thank you.
Now look, we're still streaming now. And while we're streaming and people are tearing some things down, we've always asked every week, it's been a fun part of our program, if the special spotlight artist would hang around and answer a few questions. And we're going to do that in short manner because we've run a little bit longer than usual. But I will moderate any of the questions that come from the audience here. I will repeat so that our online audience can hear what those questions are. And so, Pete Mayer, and the only thing that sucks about this for me is I want to hug all my band as they're leaving. Okay, some of you might be able to stick for a minute.
Keep it short.
We'll keep it short. Just a few questions. Let's hit Pete Mayer up with a few questions about his music, about where he's from. Anybody have a question for Pete Mayer?
Okay. I'll just
shout them out, please. When did you start playing?
Yeah, I was about 16 years old. So I often tell my girls who are taking music lessons, you know, they started much earlier than I did, and it's never too late. You're still young at 16, but I have an acquaintance who started at 40. He started to learn the guitar, and by the time he was 50, he had 3 albums.
Nice.
So, you know, it's never too late to pick up that instrument. Yeah.
What kind of music have you done? I just have to repeat it so that I can make sure that folks online can hear the question. What kind of music have you done with the daughters during COVID?
Well, they're both piano players, and so a lot of times I just enjoy their practicing in the house. And then my youngest is a dancer. And so she likes Spotify. So one of my favorite games has been what I call the Spotify game, which is when we're in the car, she'll say, "What do you want to hear next, Daddy?" And there's the whole world of music on Spotify. And so I'm trying to take this thing off. And so it's been a lot of fun just to try and go through my brain and my memories and say, gosh, what song would I love to hear? And sure enough, she can find it on there. So we've been having a little fun that way. Yeah. There we go.
Another question from the audience. He's touched on so many important things within his music lyrically, and his guitar playing is top notch, by the way, I would say. Pete,
Thank you, Billy.
So the question is, what are you thinking about is coming next as you and we all emerge out of this dark ages, or whatever you want to call it? It's like we've been all shut down.
Yeah.
And what we were trying to do with Sundays was like make people not so shut down. And
yes, well,
what do you think is coming?
That's a very kind. Thank you for the kind words. I think for me, what's next is trying to learn the next technological thing, you know? Like I'm always behind on technology, and I just joined Facebook during COVID for the first time, just in order to do live streaming, and I'm always asking either Google or an acquaintance or a friend, how do I do this, you know? And so now I'm trying to, like Billy is already doing, trying to sort of release singles, because I can't imagine with parenting and such, finding enough time to do a whole album is just a daunting thought to me. And so I'm trying to do one song at a time, and I haven't even done the first one yet, but try to sort of release it onto the internet. So that's and I have lots of songs that are already written but not recorded. So I'm trying to just do that, yeah.
I got an idea for your next one. It goes like this. I wish they all could be California.
Got to write that one down, Billy.
It could be a hit. Oh, no, did I dream that? What? Peter, your music comes from a deep place, and we had a question that came in online that was kind of in line with that last question about where do you see it going, and do you think you're going to take some motivation from this time period, and do you think it's going to affect the songs that may come next, or are we going to... I think what we need more of is the rabbit. When did you write that? Okay, let's go to that song for 2 seconds. Because the joy of that song is, you can feel it whenever the first time you hear it, and I'm going to enjoy it when I hear it 10 more times. But when did you write the rabbit song?
That was before COVID. And I have to say that in terms of this time informing my writing, I have been one person that thinks to myself, I don't know what I have exactly to say about it, because there's so many folks, you know, speaking already about it. But of course, I mean, all of us we're not going to be the same, right? Coming through this, none of us will be the same. Right. So I think that, and I think there's been a lot of beauty. I mean, aside from the terrible suffering and death that many have experienced, I think that to bring us back to some of the basics about, in my own family, being together and just going outside together, the simple things. You know, rush hour has been drastically reduced.
Yeah, way to go.
I'm not flying in planes at all, and here I travel around singing about the earth, and I feel terrible about that, you know? So I'm thinking, gosh, what if musicians could find a way to communicate with an audience from home more regularly, even post-COVID? I think that that's a powerful thing. And so who knows? It's all on the unknown still, but those are some good things, I think, that have come from me.
one point I'd like to bring up for you along that line. Every Sunday we have viewers from very strange places like New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. We have viewers from all over the country, and that is also part of what we were hoping to provide, and that you just echoed the idea is, what if I didn't have to be on the road? What if I didn't have to buy plane tickets? What if I could shrink my carbon footprint and reach people? But the big joke that I told earlier was, we don't want to do it from my garage. We want to partner with a beautiful theater like this. And isn't it wonderful that theaters like this are welcoming artists like us to do a show like this and get it out there to the world so people can see Pete on a stage that he deserves to be on a stage. And that's the Church of the Lost Souls right there. Everyone, Peter Mayer.
Yep.
We'll be back in October.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
We'll
Thanks
be
for the
back in
support.
October. We'll be back in October. Stay tuned. God bless you guys.
Be well and have a great summer.
Yeah, that's it. I have to do the